I like to go after my opponents, get into the clinch, eventually take them down, and work my ground and pound and work my ground game. A lot of fireworks will be out there. Sometimes I got anger in me, I got some aggression. I like to take it out on other guys. That guy got to hit me first to get me kind of pissed off, and once he gets me hit, then I get kind of fired up inside, but not to the point where I lose it and lose all my composure and training. It doesn't feel like there's any pressure, but I'm fighting in his hometown. Hopefully put on a good show.
I'm a freestyle fighter. I bring excitement to the cage. I always promise my fans it's going to be high-paced, violent fight. So I always promise high-paced violence, and that's what you get when you see me. I think the confidence that I got and everything in the ring, that comes from street fighting. It correlates well. I know I don't have to worry about one guy and not 2 or 3 guys. I feel a lot safer that there's a referee there, and I just got to fight one guy, and I get paid well for it. So I'm truly blessed. It's just a main event, man. It's not. If I look at it that way in that big spectacular picture, I'll lose focus on what's important, and that's winning the fight. MMA, it's my career. It's how I pay my bills. It's how I take care of my family. It's what I love to do, and I've told it, if you do something that you love to do, you'll never have to work a day in your life. So I don't like working that much, so I'm doing something I love.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. Brought to you by Elite XC, Rockstar Energy Drink, the Trump Taj Mahal, and New Way Liquid Protein by IDS, revolutionizing protein supplementation. Ladies and gentlemen, your main event is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in a special catch weight 165-pound attraction. Introducing first out of the blue corner. He stands at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 164.8 pounds. He's a boxing jiu-jitsu specialist with a professional record of 18 wins, 5 losses, 1 draw. Representing Nova Unyao, fighting out of Hilo, Hawaii, he is Ross "Davos" Ebanez. And now his opponent in the red corner. His height, 5 feet 8 inches tall, weighing in 164.9 pounds. This freestyle fighter has a sensational professional record of 11 wins with just 1 loss. Representing the Fight Factory and fighting out of the great fighting city of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, he is Eddie Alvarez. Your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
The chants of Eddie ringing throughout the Trump Taj Mahal. He is a northeastern phenomenon. Nearly 1,000 fans from Philadelphia have made the short trip to Atlantic City. And of course you heard Ross the Boss Ebanez. He heard more boos than a haunted house, Frank and Steven. We are set for what should be an electrifying main event.
Right away we see that Ross is a southpaw. That means he's probably Eddie's gonna probably want to use that straight right.
Lead with that straight right.
Alvarez's lone loss to Nick the Goat Thompson, where he lost the Bodog Fight welterweight championship, was supposed to have a rematch. It never came to fruition. It signed a contract with Elite XC and M1 Global, and now he secures the takedown of Ross the Boss Ebanez.
I didn't expect that from Alvarez to go and take a shot, take a punch and then go right to a shot. That was totally unexpected.
I think we're seeing a smart Eddie Alvarez who's going to try and confuse Ross the Boss. And if anything, a lot of times people say they want to set up their shot with punches. He set up his punches with a shot because later on, unless he gets a choke,
he's already looking
for
the
low standing.
Well, he swung around his back there like he was on a merry-go-round. That was amazing.
Now drops an elbow, Ross the Boss Ebanez in the half guard, and it's all Eddie Alvarez.
All Eddie Alvarez, the All-American wrestler, on top, using that skill to his advantage.
Two-time All-American high school wrestler at Northeast Catholic High School. began his professional MMA career at the age of 18 following only 8 months of formal training. Just like somebody else we know, right, Frank?
Same as Frank Shamrock. He also managed himself for 4 years, and you know, I've been known to do a bit of that as well. I got a lot of respect for this kid. I think he's got a very, very bright future, and I think his strategy is to hold Ebanez down. He knows he's dangerous. Is to hold him down, fatigue him out, and then stand him up and bang him.
Now delivering a couple of knees straight up the gut. Ebanez now tries to reset.
That right knee was a pretty hard shot, and it made Ebanez wince a little bit.
Ebanez now with the underhooks, but another knee from Alvarez. That may have been a little south of the Mason-Dixon line, but Ebanez comes back with an overhand left.
Ebanez has a great stance to throw power in his punches, which I'm sure Alvarez is respecting right now.
And Ebanez comes in with a great record, 18-5-1, known as Mr. Main Event around Hilo, Hawaii, a staple in Rumble on the Rock. Gladly taking this fight, a main event on Showtime against the debuting Eddie Alvarez.
One thing I really like that Alvarez is doing when he's on the outside, he's using the lost art of head movement.
Yep, head movement, changing levels, mixing wrestling with boxing.
Just past the leg, Ross Ebanez in trouble, looking for the shot. Nice sprawl by Alvarez, who swings around and takes his back and now has Ebanez on his back.
Ross ate a big knee in that exchange, but he shook it off so he could really take it.
Look at this knee on belly into the full mount.
Ross rolling out, but Eddie...
Nice escape.
That was a great escape.
And now Alvarez packing some serious power behind those punches.
I think Ross should start working his jab.
He's got to go back to the jab. It all leads with the jab. And you see him reaching out right there with him and following up with the kick.
So far, Alvarez having little problems with the southpaw Ebanez. Why the success, Stephen?
The success, the busyness.
Ebanez has a fantastic chin. He just shook off that modern punch.
Unbelievable. Able to shake off that straight left hand by Alvarez. Pops back up to his feet. One cannot question the toughness of Ross the Boss.
Alvarez set him up by going to the head, to the body, to the uppercut, and back to the head again.
And it almost seems to have reinvigorated Ebanez as he seems to be coming forward now on Eddie Alvarez. This is the first round scheduled for 3, the main event here at Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City. We're into the final minute of the opening stanza.
Ross fighting back, but he's making the mistake of fading back and getting his back up against the fence.
That's a bad position to be in, especially with Eddie's balance and control. And now Eddie is bringing in those kicks and that wrestling again. This is a fatiguing pace to try to swing bombs at.
Will Ross the Boss survive the first round, now keeping Alvarez at close quarters? Alvarez looking to twist his way, create some distance. Nice shot to the body. The liver shot delivered by Eddie Alvarez. Nice counter right by Ebanez.
And this was Ebanez's strategy to try to string him out and to counterpunch him.
We're in the final 10 seconds of what has been an entertaining opening 5 minutes. Living up to all the hype, Eddie Alvarez, Ross the Boss Ebanez. Nice kick, combination, and a great story to end the opening round. Continues.
You ready, Eddie? Let's go,
where
fight.
round 1 left off.
Are you ready, Eddie? The referee said.
I do believe the answer is a resounding yes, as the chants of Eddie continue.
But the head movement, that's what I like. I mean, Ross really doesn't have any head movement, but he's got that big left hand waiting. So that's kind of the equivalent to his head movement. But he hasn't been quick enough. If I were Ross's trainer, I'd tell him, don't load up on your punches.
Yep.
Just throw some fast punches and see if they hit. He's trying to load up now, but Eddie's real busy. Combinations, we saw high kicks by Eddie. Of course, Ross blocked him, but he's showing his versatility here in the standing mode. And look at this. That was such a quick shot, Frank.
That was not only a quick shot, but a very quick sprawl.
And go to face,
while punching and blocking a punch.
Ross Ebanez seems to be finding his groove now as well. Overhand right. Or make that left. The southpaw lands the overhand left.
There's the jab. Finally, Ross is starting to use that weapon. I think Ross should take the chance, stand in the pocket, don't move back.
I agree. I agree.
Don't move back.
Alvarez is not leading with that jab, and he's also standing a little bit square, traditional wrestling stance. He needs to push that left shoulder forward, get that jab longer so he can get inside easier.
See, Ross should inch forward, and he's doing just that.
He's slowly creeping his way forward. He's finding that distance. Look at him touching the punches. That's a true counterpuncher right there. Eddie needs to be careful.
Ross has got to be careful of that right high kick, though.
Much closer round two. There's that right high kick that Steven Quadros, the prophet, called. Now the single leg, twisting him to the ground is Eddie Alvarez. Full butterfly guard here now, Ebanez. Now into the half butterfly, and Alvarez tries to go to side mount from the half guard, though. Who does this benefit?
Well, I think that Alvarez needs to get a dominant position here and do some more damage on the ground. He's got him winded, he's got him breathing hard. But Ebanez is tough, man. He can take a shot, and this is not a guy you want to try to get up and bang with. I had no idea his chin was this good.
Ebanez is really good, and I'm sure it's a product of training with BJ Penn, of wrapping him up so he doesn't deliver the elbow here.
Yeah, trained by one of Hawaii's premier BJJ instructors, Renato Charuto Verissimo, who of course works with BJ Penn, and now in the stand-up, looking for the trip takedown, inside sweep. Alvarez electrifies the crowd with a second-round TKO.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Trump Taj Mahal in Atlantic City, New Jersey, this contest comes to a halt at 2 minutes, 32 seconds of the second round for your winner by knockout,